and welcome to the Lunchin. Like I said, you guys are here, and there'll be some more people jumping in for next week. But this is super, super important. I'm glad you guys are here. Pay attention, take notes, do all that good stuff, and super excited to get this rolling for you.
Yeah, so we truly believe that everything that you start off with something, and when you start off with an intention of what you're out to create, it's that much more powerful of actually following through and doing it. So we're going to share our screen. We're going to go through a little bit of goal setting for what you guys really want to accomplish in this next year. We don't have too. Do you want to just have them talk since there's not too many of them this time?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. So we're just curious, like, what is it that you guys are really out for within the next year as far as income-wise?
You want me to share
I'll
this?
go ahead and go first.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'd like to definitely get up to something that like I have a lot of hands-on business, but I'd like to get that a lot more automated and into courses as well, so I can scale more to like 6 figures and shift my coaching over to something that's operating more as a group, and so that I can pivot that easily into retreats. I already have a lot of interest in retreats and do some local community groups that are kind of like low-scale free versions of these, and want to be able to scale into that and have basically my coaching sitting behind it, supporting that in the same architecture just on the internet.
Awesome.
Awesome. Cool. I'm glad you guys got that. You got some really clear vision on what you're looking for there. Ty and Di?
Is that okay, by the way?
Yeah, are you guys okay with that?
You're not okay with it. I just saw it when I saw your email, like, tie-dye, that's so cute. We don't have to know if you don't like it.
So you want to go?
Yeah, I mean, as we were talking about before, my personal goals are to get into the 6 figures. I really want to be looking at 250 or above. Automating a lot of things is, I understand, is really important to do. And definitely want to go along that route. And then I'm starting to do some public speaking and writing and building these courses and stuff. So just the little 5-day thing that you guys sent out really supported me in remembering, like, oh my goodness, I have these curriculums that I wrote like years ago. I totally forgot about that I can start utilizing and fine tune, tweak it, and then get it out there. So yeah, I like 6 figures.
Cool.
Ty?
Yeah, same. Multiple 6 figures for sure. I've come up with, so far from the skills that I have, I've come up with a few programs or training, more like programs, that I feel would be beneficial to people. One of them being intuitive development, and I've already created the entire curriculum and all the content for it, and just have not, like, how do I get that out there is where I am.
That's awesome. How many lines?
3, 4, 5. Cool.
Awesome. It's for.
So while he's drawing that, I just wanted to, I love proper expectations, and we're going to talk about in this call, a lot about expectations, agreements that we have with you, and then also agreements that we're going to ask for you guys. So I start with a luncheon because, as most of you guys know, maybe not, I don't know, I'm about a little over 3 months pregnant now, and even before I was pregnant, so I can't use this as an excuse, I'm a snacker. And I like to eat, and I don't make that like a secret from everyone. And I also believe there's a power when you feel comfortable enough to just munch on food together, break bread together, you start becoming like a community and family. And that's really what our Quantum Impact family is. And so that's why we start with a luncheon. I actually already finished mine. So feel free, if you see me snacking, I like to just put up that expectation from the very get-go that will happen. And if you guys want to do the same, totally okay and completely welcome. So what these lines represent is, this is over here, like where you are now. Let me get a different color here.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is just a squiggly. Okay. So this is where we are, like, right now in the course of life. The only place we can be is now, right? And then over here, this is like a year from now. So we just asked you guys, like, the best possible outcome, like what you're really out to create is, all of you guys have your I want to make 6 figures, get your automation going, have your coaching going. Everything is amazing. You're getting clients on autopilot. You're, making that 6-figure income. But I want to ask you, what would be like the okay? Like if you didn't hit 6 figures, what would you still be okay with?
Or well, like, so let's say, so Ty, I know when we originally talked, you said, yeah, like 250, and Di, you're around 300 in that area. So like, you guys are like there, like best case, like go that top, which is the very good in 12 months, and then like what is good, like coming down a little bit.
For me, what's really important to me is to be able to replace his income.
Okay.
So like anywhere in that vicinity, I would be just thrilled with.
Yep. Okay. So if we put, like really like total, you guys are like equaling out about 500K, right? As best case scenario, and it's systematized. I think we talked about like 20 hours, a week between the both of you, like in the actual thing. And this is just from memory, if not like looking at the notes. And then Zach, what is best case scenario for you on your, we set this all up, and because this has been a longer time since we talked to you about this, what's best case scenario for you in 12 months?
I have a really hard time saying that, but best case scenario is definitely north of 250. I have a lot of options for scaling, and they're really all just kind of sitting right there. So it's very much so down to the amount of work that I put in, and I have a lot of energy. I'm very focused on this over the next year of my life. So I definitely think it can get there, and potentially farther, all kind of based off of the virality of content really at that point in time.
Sure.
Yeah, and awesome. Okay, so what is now between...
So this is very good.
Yeah,
this
very
is
good.
Awesome. This is what we're shooting for. This is what we want for you. This is what we're a stand for you guys to get. But what would be good? So if that didn't happen, but it was like, it's pretty good. It's okay. Like you're okay with it. What would that look like for you guys?
You could probably just go 100 for me.
100?
100K?
For me, it would be 150. Like, yeah, I'm not messing around.
Okay.
That would be okay.
Okay. Cool. And Di?
I guess I'm around the same area. My biggest goal right now is to meet or exceed his income so that we can get him out of where he's at right now, and we can focus solely on what we want to build together.
Cool. Awesome. And then what's not good?
This is like not good.
Like if you're
like I just saw there's a couple extra O's in there. So this is the it's just it's not the worst of the worst, bottom of the barrel, but it's just not good, not cool, not acceptable. And I know a lot of people don't go here, but we're going to go here, and there's a purpose for it. So bear with us. Trust the process. So what would not good be for you?
Like less than 85. That would be not good.
Okay.
So
Maybe I need to adjust my expectations. I don't know. Like I have, my goal is to meet or exceed his income, but the number that comes to mind is like if I were at 80 grand, I'd feel great. If I were at like 30 grand or 50 grand, like 30 grand would be horrible to me. And 50 grand would be like, I'm still trying to truck along and get there.
We're getting there. Zach, I thought I said 50. Was that what you said?
correct.
Okay. All right. And
So Diana would be 30K, would be horrible.
30K would be horrible.
And if you're
Kind
watching
of in the same place on that one.
Yeah. If you're watching the recording, grab a piece of paper and do this yourself.
Yeah,
And
because
kind of follow along because it is really powerful.
we can't really get you going until we can really bring you here. And so this is, really gonna kind of go like how important taking action in this program is going to be, and everything's going to be action based. There is no we're going to be doing like learning. There's no learning mode in this program. It's all action, moving forward. Like even like most of our clients end up they get clients for whatever they're doing before they start this program in the process of creating their program, if that makes sense to you guys. And it's like accidental stuff. We had Seth, he did 3K in his first week. So he doubled the investment of the program, and it was just throwing out some ideas of like what his group name should be or what his something was, and he had people reaching out to him. It's very possible.
Wow.
Yep. So I don't ever want you guys to feel like you have to have everything all together to go out there and take action.
Ty, what was your horrible?
I don't even have a horrible, because anything less than 80 grand is horrible to me. So,
So not replacing your income.
Yeah, sorry.
Not replacing my income is horrible. So that puts me still back at like 150. So, anything below that would be, anything less than, so 80 grand would be just barely scraping by according to my standards, which means anything less than that,
Yep.
I'll be on the street selling my butt.
Right.
We don't want that. So
Right.
the horrible is like exactly what we don't want. Got it. So we always move in, we have 3 areas where we're green, we're yellow, or we're red, right? So you remember, this is us today, right now, starting this program. All of our intentions are for us to start taking massive action and get you to green within this next year. Now, sometimes things happen. Get it? Life happens. So we're starting here. Maybe we have a slow start and things just aren't happening the way that we quite want them, but it's okay. So we start getting into like the yellow. However, when things start going, we're here and things just start going south, then you're red, right? So anytime in this program where you feel like you're in momentum, things are going good, and it's a good visual, right? So if you're always going up and you're in momentum, we consider you like you're green. Everything is amazing. If you're in a yellow, we want to know if you're in yellow, if you're feeling like a little slowed down, if there's any stuckness or anything that's going on with you, we want to know about it so we can help you faster. And if you're red, like we definitely want to know. We don't want you ever to be in red. We will, between me and Chad, and then we also have another coach, Jeff, who has just had surgery yesterday, so I'm not sure if he's going to be able to make it on this call or not. He's at the doctor now, but you'll meet Jeff as well. So anytime you're in red, we want to know about it so we can get you out of red and into the green. And here's why communication is so important, right? If you let us know like you're here, like maybe a week or so in the program, and you start feeling like you're in red, it's a lot easier to move you back up to green, rather than you don't have any communication and you're just doing your thing, and then all of a sudden you're like here and you're in red. Like that big space to get you back up into green is a lot harder for everybody, right? So we want to know immediately before that gap gets too big of when you're in green, when you feel like you're a little yellow, slowed down and stuck, and when you're like red, like this is not working out, I truly need help. Help me, I'm in red. That's all you got to say is red, and all 3 of us will be like, okay, what do we got to do? Like whatever that takes for you guys. Clear? Cool.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Clear. Now, so we're reading the book Atomic Habits, and that was something that was brought up, that variation, where by making 1% improvement every month can change the trajectory of your life just by implementing systems that help support good habits.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely. Awesome. Yeah, so one of the big things, and we talk about that we got a lot from our coach, is when you guys are running through, there's going to be life breakdowns, there's going to be business breakdowns, there's going to be all kinds of shit that's going to happen to you during this program, right? And we can support you in all of it, right? Like, I know we're not, like, doing what you guys are doing in the sense of coaching people through their like mindset, spiritual breakthroughs, like that type of stuff. But we do all that shit in in this program, right? And we can help you get unstuck in whatever, it doesn't matter what it is. And so run towards us, don't run away. Like when you go into a cave, that's how you end up staying red, and you lose time and you lose momentum. You lose momentum. And so run towards us, don't run away.
Yeah. So we're fully trained in breakthroughs and moving powerful. It's part of our greatest passion too. We just choose to work with you guys so you can go out there and like really be in your mission in life and impact people.
Yep.
Cool.
And the more involved you are in this program, the more we can know where you're at, and the more we can get you back on track.
Yeah. Cool. So all you guys committed to letting us know? Green, yellow, red?
Yes.
We're very involved. Okay, cool. So
wait, I need a verb.
Sign so I communicate everything.
Perfect. Good. Awesome. So we are huge on integrity. Integrity, like not being integrity as a morality, but integrity be like it's not right or wrong or doing the right thing or all of the hunky-dory feel-goods that integrity seems to have this false definition of, but integrity of being your word and doing what it is that you say you're going to do. So we're going to, we have like a cool little visual of explaining integrity and how integrity works. So we are very big in the Landmark world. This is actually where we got credit to Landmark Worldwide for this. It has been truly life transformational for us. I know you guys, Ty and Diana, you've been in the gratitude. I don't know if they do this in gratitude or not. I know it's a very similar program. But just bear with us if you know it or not know it or whatever. So integrity, what happens is we, as we're going out in the world, we're always putting our word to something. And what happens is every time we put our word to something, it's like we're putting a spoke into a wheel, right? Like we're rolling through life. Everything's amazing. We're putting our word to stuff. And what happens is when we're our word, that wheel starts getting really strong and is able to move a lot smoother in life because it has a firm foundation, right? You're dependable. People know that they can, like when you say something, you're going to do it. And life works with a lot more ease and flow. And then what happens is when you're not your word, you start losing your spokes, right? And your wheel isn't as strong. And if you can imagine like a wheel that doesn't have spokes, what starts happening to it? As it's rolling through, it'll still roll, but starts getting a little lumpy, right? And then all of a sudden, it's going a little bit slower, and then you start having breakdowns. So more often than not, any time that you really have, when things aren't working in your life, whether it's business, life, it all kind of goes together. If there's things that aren't working in your life, chances are there's a place somewhere that you haven't been your word. And you can always restore your word. You can always honor your word. But this is something that we lived through. So before we really got what this meant, I just want to tell you a quick story. We were living in Florida, and our friend / accountant's grandson's stinky teenage, like he's a teenager. His room was completely, teenage room, gross. Kid smelled. Great kid though. But she was nice enough to let us stay in her house, in her home. And we were really like taking action every day, pounding, like just communicating, getting in touch with people, out there marketing, doing all of the things like, 12, 14 hours a day, like really pounding the wall, hustle, grind, the whole shebang, right? And what happened is we were going through this Landmark program. It was a leadership program that we were in, and they really started hounding integrity. And they gave us a challenge to create an integrity list that to this day we do probably about on a monthly basis, where we go through and everywhere that we said that we would do something and we didn't do it, to go and get in communication with those people that we didn't honor our word with, and to clean up with them and to get complete and then make new agreements. right? And when you do that, and we'll share how to do that here in a little bit, what happens is you get your power back. And so we both created that list. It was kind of a chunky list, I ain't gonna lie. We went out there, we got in communication with people. We started making new agreements with people. We started like restoring our word. And that was the month all of a sudden we started getting, like, I wanna tell you, like, flat out, we did not change what we were doing every day. We were still doing the same things that weren't working before. We were still doing, like, we were going out there, talking to people, like making offers, the whole shebang.
Yeah.
But what happened was that all of a sudden people started coming to us, and I don't even think there were people we ever really talked to before.
Not much.
And all of a sudden we had like a $10,000 deal that closed, a $20,000 deal that closed. And within that month, we had about $40,000 come into our company. And I truly believe, and we've done this with our clients as well. We had a client who made their integrity list. I mean, he was going out there, doing all the things, and it just wasn't working. So we're like, dude, let's talk about integrity. Like, are you open to take this challenge on and just make this list of people where you've been out of your word? And he's like, yeah, I'll do it. And he really took it on. And within 2 days, he started restoring his integrity, getting in touch with people and whatnot. And then within 2 days, well, it was about 2 days, 2 or 3 days, the people from Thinkific reached out to him, told him that they wanted him to be their like center podcast person and highlight his podcasting course, do a huge webinar for everyone on the Thinkific platform, and have an opportunity to sell his podcasting course within Thinkific. Like, I know Thinkific has a lot of teachers and stuff on it, but like a main spotlight for Thinkific, right? He didn't do anything different. He just restored his integrity. So there's an outline, the unseen, that is really powerful here with integrity.
Yeah, it was crazy. So we're sitting there. First, we took like 2 like smaller jobs, like $2,000-$3,000 like stuff, clients, and then one time, and like in this month, right after we did this, I was like boom, 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 2-3 clients. I think and then. So our friend called, she's a publicist, and she's at an event, and she's like, hey, are you guys still doing these systems, these funnels and stuff? And I'm like, yeah. Like, I got this person here. She's looking for this deal, and she has this budget of like $12,000 and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, sounds good. She's like, can we send, so can we do a call with her? And, or actually she's at this event. I'll bring her on the line. You can talk to her, answer any questions. And, she's ready to send the money now. And I'm like,
okay.
Is this a prank? Like, what? No, like, that doesn't right? And so $10,000 there. Next week, it was another $20,000. I'm like, this is crazy. It was like things just started working.
So integrity has become our number one. That's why we teach it in the Lunchin, because integrity meaning when calls start that, at 12 p.m. or 3 p.m. or whatever, that you're here at 3 p.m. because that's what time we're going to start. Right. So I want to go over, and then other things too, like client work, things that you say you're going to do for your clients, things that you say you're going to do for your friends, for your family. This isn't just about business, because we're truly about you having a life of freedom, impact, and more money. And that includes everything. It's not just business.
Yep.
Right. So there's a few things we actually want to invite you guys to take on this integrity list and create an integrity list of yourself, of where have you been out of integrity, where have you said that you made promises, didn't keep it. And it doesn't make you a bad person, right? There's no meaning to this. It's just, honestly, if all of you guys you're out there playing a big game in life, you're doing big things. So unfortunately, you're not always going to be able to always be in integrity, right? There's going to be times when Chad and I will mess up. It just happens.
Yeah. Actually, we were just at an event this weekend with Landmark, and she's like our mentor that we want. Like, she's like so amazing. Anyway, she was the leader of this event, and she's like, you will never be in full integrity. It cannot happen, right? And she's like, I'm leading this course. I lead 900 people that the highest integrity people in the world, and I'm on integrity right now. And she showed us her shoe, and it had a hole in it. And in their world, that's a thing. So, and they have an agreement to have fully in integrity outfit or what, I don't know. Anyways. But she's like, look, I'm out. Like, it's just like life. You're playing a big game, and you're never going to be fully in. And we can always restore where we can and honor where we can.
Right. So if you can't be somewhere, if you can't do the thing that you put your word to, communicate with people. And if you can't communicate with people, then it's simple, really simple to get back into integrity. I just don't want anyone to like attach meaning, like, oh my gosh, all these people I didn't put my word to, I'm this terrible person.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
We don't need you to go into like some sort of shame spiral and be in a closet for a month.
Yeah.
That doesn't work either.
There's nothing bad or wrong, or those are all really just opinions of other people. Anyway.
That was funny. You guys need to laugh at that. This isn't TV.
So to restore integrity is super easy. So we want to challenge you guys, just make that list of everywhere. You know, it could be unpaid bills. It could be, you know, you said you would call your friend last Tuesday. You didn't call them. You know, who knows? We all have different things that we have. Something just came up to me as I just said that. I said I was going to call someone on Monday. So I have some integrity to restore. Just make that list of people. And super easy to restore your power back. And this is really powerful.
Hey, Holly.
Yeah.
Real quick, I just want to bring something up too. Through our training, gratitude training, we talked about you can keep your word, you can break your word, or you can renegotiate your word. And something that came up for me during that training was because it's so important for me to be my word to other people. That's not something that I like struggle with all the, you know, I am, you know, it happens, but the issue that I have most is keeping my word to myself. And that could be with the food that I eat, or the, you know, getting activity, exercise, or whatever that is, like paying bills. So that's where my inner work, that's where I have to really focus, as being my word to myself, because that affects my life just as much as not being my word to other people.
And sometimes more, right?
Yeah, because this is the thing is we lose when we have all these broken promises and broken your word out in the universe, it'll actually lessen your power. If you ever have a thing where you're not, like, you're having a hard time asking for money, well, maybe you owe people money and you haven't made a new agreement to get that paid. And so there you have a loss of power in that area, right? And so when you can restore, and we're going to show you how to do that in a second here, it gives you the power back. And so you're not working at half expression, half confidence, half power, the whole deal, because you all those things take a hit when you're out.
So if you are out with yourself, there's some, and I think, thank you for bringing that up, because that's big, because that was a lot of my integrity list was myself. I've literally, I've done two things. I've either cleaned up, like spoke with Chad and I, we have an agreement to like always talk, like we talk about everything. There's no withholds. We like fully express to each other. Or mirror work is just as powerful too. It's just like restoring back. So do you want to talk about mirror? I feel like I've been.
Yeah, okay, so
restoring.
The way you do this is you accept responsibility for the broken agreement, okay? So this looks like this. Lover, I have an agreement. So we have an agreement to be loving and honoring all the time. And so, and I call her lover. So if that's weird for you guys, you'll have to get over it. So lover, I have an agreement to be loving, and I broke that agreement. Mm-hmm. And so, and then what you do is you ask about the impacts. And so there's impacts for, on both sides of the agreement, right? So sweetie, what is the impact for that broken agreement?
The impact is I don't like it. I like it when you're loving.
The impact is you, and then you recreate them. right?
So you ask them what their impacts are.
Yep. So the impact is you don't like it.
Yes.
I got that. Yeah. So then you just keep on kind of asking, okay, is there any other impacts? And this is the thing, most people that are not in this type of work,
Like, no, I'm fine.
they'll be, no, there's nothing. And then you can just go, well, and then you can go the things that you think it could be the impact. And be like, well, you know, some things that I could see is maybe it sets you back for the day. You know, you expected me to be there at that appointment at 1 o'clock and I wasn't there. And that sets your day back. You know, and we weren't able to get so-and-so done. And then there's impacts on your side. The impact for me is I was late, so then we didn't get this done and we wanted to get this work done.
And sometimes when you go like deep with people, if there's like a big fallout, you have to take responsibility and get the impact. And sometimes it like hurts, right?
Yeah.
So something like you go back to you not being loving.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have this occurring that you're a huge jerk and I don't even want to be around you right now. Right.
Yep.
Like,
and those are impacts, right? Those are impacts a lot. So an impact is you have an occurring. So occurring in this in the language that we've learned with Landmark is like our perspective on things. So everybody's living in a world where they have their occurrings of the way things are and are not. And they're not necessarily true. They're just the occurring that people are living in. Right? Do you guys have that terminology?
Yeah, we say that all things are neutral and we assign meaning to them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep, that's
through our filters, our beliefs and experiences.
yeah.
Right.
So recreating them is ultimately what that looks like is after they share the impact with you, that you repeat it. Not repeat is such like a loose term for it, but basically you recreate what they just said and then let them know. And what that does, and when you do this out in the world, like the normal people, I always call them like civilians of the world, they're like, wow, like, yeah, that's what happened. And it's actually really powerful because not a lot of people do this.
Yeah, because they feel really heard and gotten.
And that's really what people want. They want to feel heard.
Yeah.
I lovingly refer to humans as muggles. And so, and so then I refer to like intuitive or enlightened ones as, as such, as enlightened ones.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. And then the last step is, well, again, it's impacts on both sides, and you can say the impact on your side. The impact is right now I'm having to have this conversation and clean this up when I really would love to just be hanging out and us doing whatever, right? Or us actually getting work done. Yeah. Right? There's impacts on both sides. And then if you've created a possibility for that relationship, which we created a possibility of being loving, passionate, and abundant. So that's not our possibility.
Yeah.
Right. And so, and then it's put in, what are you going to put in place? And really that's it up for you guys to create something and put something in place that is going to work for both people. So making a new agreement, right? Because it might be that that agreement doesn't work anymore. Diana said that, it's negotiation, right? So if it's a bill that you don't have the money to pay, well, hey, let's make a new agreement. I'll be either in communication or get you that payment by the 3rd or whatever. Right? Because it's like, if you don't have the money, you can't pay it. And so therefore you have to make a new agreement to get that taken care of.
But what's important is that you made the communication and you honored your word and you restored it back.
Yeah, because the actual broken agreement is not that you didn't pay the payment or do whatever. It's the lack of communication. Right? The being late is not the broken agreement. It's the fact that you didn't get in communication as soon as you knew that you were going to be late. Right?
Cool.
Any questions?
And you guys want to take on this integrity list?
Well, let's make sure they are.
No, I'm totally on for taking it. I know that the person who I'm least in integrity with is myself. So I know that for certain.
There you go. You got some restoring to do. So what I would do is you're going to list out all the places you're out of integrity with yourself, and then go through and either have Diana sit in and be yourself, or do some mirror work and talk to yourself. Zach, you have any questions on this?
No questions. Makes perfect sense. I already started an integrity list, and again, also with myself, it's very much so. I make a lot of agreements about myself. I have way too many ideas, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to start knocking it out, but then I get sidetracked on other shit, and I really need to clean that up.
Good. Get it clean. Get some power around it, and so we can move forward and like really start crushing this.
Cool. I love it.
Wow. You know what? I wonder how much of Ryan's success has to do with this, and I'm curious if he took this on. I never really knew.
Love that.
Yeah.
Cool. So because we are all about agreements and creating, we've actually put some agreements together of our agreements to you guys, and then also agreements that we're going to ask you guys to keep with us.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have?
Yes. I sent it to.
Yeah, we have
Let me send it to Zach.
ground rules.
Yes, agreements to the program on both sides, right? Because it's not just something that we need to hold you to. It's something that we have for ourselves, right? And Zach, what is your email? I can look at it.
Yeah.
We couldn't find your email. We tried to get this to you before the call, and
yeah,
it wasn't working. So let's see if we find it real quick.
There you are. All right, I'll send this over. Oh yes. Oh, ha! Sometimes the.
And then we'll just all go through this together. And as we're going through this, just something to think about for your programs. Everything that we do, what we do works, right? So consider making agreements with your clients and setting up those proper expectations with people from the very beginning. Improves the later on, just open communication.
Yeah.
So we just set that, right? Can you open it up just so we can go through it with them?
Totally. We're right here. Oh. Share. All right.
Cool.
So agreement number 1 is I'll be on time for all the calls, and if not, you will communicate.
So if you're not on a call, we're like, oh no, what happened to Zach? Is he okay? I hope he didn't get hit by a car or get stuck with his dog, or I don't know, like what happened, right? So we're not left with that. I hope everything's okay.
Yeah, and if you're confronted with something in the course, and you're not green, right, we need to know about it so then we can step in and help, right?
Yeah. The second thing is you guys agree that you're going to go through the coursework and not just show up to coaching. It's kind of weird how that shows up. That's weird.
Yeah, right.
How to fix that? Like, I've never seen that before. So, which meaning a lot of times people think we're going to give you guys after this call the membership site for you guys to log in, and you can start working through the training at your pace. And then on Wednesdays at 3 p.m., we'll go through all of this too. That's when we'll have our group coaching calls. So we just ask that you guys not just go through the coursework, but actually show up to the calls too, because a lot of powerful things come up from those calls.
Yep. I will do all assignments full out in the course.
Yep. This is an action thing. This is not just like, let's take a course and then like watch it and, it's like you're watching a movie or something. This is, you're taking action. We're here for you guys to get results. You're here to get results. So just show up and do the assignments. Play full out.
Yeah. I will fulfill your production promises or be in communication when you don't. So Jeff, again, he had some nose surgery and then went to get the gauze out and all that stuff. Anyways, he's may make it the last couple minutes, hopefully, but
if not, I have a feeling he'll probably do a video or something to introduce himself.
Yeah.
So Jeff is our clarity coach. He works with us inside of the program to help you guys stay accountable.
Amazing dude. Been through like all the personal development stuff we've been through, and then already been through all our this program 2-3 times. So he knows our stuff. Yep.
So on Mondays, and again we'll go through all this, he's gonna like ask what you guys are working on for the week, and we're gonna ask that you guys are, we always want you in action. So any production promises that you say you're gonna do for the week, that you do them, or just be in communication when you don't. And again, it's nothing wrong, nothing bad, or anything like that. It's just communication.
Yep.
We also ask that you guys agree to be committed to the full 60 days of this program. Sometimes how things go, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, things are good, 4 weeks, awesome, 5 weeks. What happened to Diana? 6 weeks, Zach is somewhere. Right, and I'm not saying, just kind of calling you guys out, but we just ask that you're fully committed to the full 60 days of this program.
Yep. That I know this, so the first month of this program is going to be, this isn't really, that might have to change up. Anyways, we're all about going and getting who is the low-hanging fruit. Where is your clients now, right? How can we get you clients now? And then how can you turn that data of getting those clients into your process and later on your automation, right? And so this program is really about getting foundations and getting clients, right? Getting cash and getting foundations. And we're going to touch about 5% of the program in setting up systems and automation at the end. And then if you guys choose, then you can come into Quantum Impact, our full year program, and then we'll help you take all of those foundations, all of those things, and put them into a automated system that works on and starts cutting back that time investment into your program.
Yeah. Cool. And everything that we do, when we build the strong foundations first, then what we do later on works a lot better. Like building your house on sand.
Yep.
All right, cool. So we also ask that you agree to give testimonials when you get results and have breakthroughs in this program. It's not just about I made $73,000. Totally, we want to hear about it. We also want to hear when you make $1,000 or when you have a huge breakthrough of integrity, or if whatever breakthroughs that you have, we want to know about it. That's why we call it a case study. So if that's cool with you guys, let us know, because it works both ways.
Yeah, and this is like, even if you start getting clients, like we literally have clients that their program isn't together. They haven't started offering their program, but what happens is they start getting some confidence. Their messaging gets sharper. They learn to put themselves out there in a bigger way, and they just start landing clients for whatever their old programs were, and then boom, they're making money like crazy. And then they're like, well, was it from this program? Yeah, I guess it was from this program, but is that really it's my point
does it count?
Yeah, does it count? Like, yeah, it wasn't my new program, so no, it's all works together, and we want you to get money like now and sell what you got, smoke them if you got them, right? And so it's literally really just whatever you got going on now, go get them, go attract those clients, sell what you got. I don't want you to hold back and go, well, I got this program that I'm putting together. Let's make sure that it's done before I start making money. And then we want to know all about anything you sell, make,
really,
breakthroughs you have.
We want to celebrate you.
Yeah, we want to celebrate you.
We don't celebrate wins enough. So you guys are going to get celebrated in this community. I promise. Put my word to that.
Yep.
So we also ask that you agree to work on yourself in this program as hard as working on my business, because ultimately I'm the only thing getting in the way of my success. Right? So it's not just doing the tactics and the strategies and the everything that we teach you. It's also the integrity. It's the spiritual building, the working on yourself. That your business is only going to grow as far as you do, personally, right? So if that means reading, podcasts, program, whatever that looks like for you on how you do your growth work, make sure you do your growth work.
Yeah. So one of the things we talk about really kind of just a lot in our big program, but we just kind of want to give you a broad outlook, and whatever this looks like for you is really just setting up a really powerful morning. And what that looks like for us, or for me, I'll talk about
different mornings.
Yeah, we have different mornings. Is I scrape my tongue, and then I drink a bunch of water, and then I do some running in place with some loud, motivational type music.
Epic music.
Yeah, epic music. Like in a epic fantasy movie or something. And then I do some working out. I stretch, and then I do some mirror work. I do some priming and some breathing stuff, and that's kind of what that looks like for me.
Yeah, and then mine, I get up and I like to read and get whether a hot water or eat my breakfast, the whole food thing. While I'm reading, after I'm done reading, I do brain training to get my brain kind of working again, because I went through a lot of brain stuff. So I'm still doing my mapping and my brain stuff. I do my brain stuff. Then I do breathing and yoga and do my meditation and still stuff. And then I do my mirror work, get ready for the day. And then we meet for we haven't tapped in a while, but we were doing pretty consistently. Maybe that's an integrity thing. Pretty consistently, we were doing EFT together, and then we would go out and start our day. So the way how you start your day is how your day is going to go, right? I'm sure you guys know that. So create a powerful morning for you guys and start that day with power, so the rest of your day can lead to that.
Yeah, and that can be whatever it looks like for you. So let's do this. Let's get a verbal agreement, and then
does this work for all you guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
I completely agree to all those things.
Cool.
Awesome.
So
we got you on video, audio. So
I just created this today on my phone. I use a reminder app that integrates with my calendar, and I have a morning routine and a mid-afternoon routine, an evening, and then a nighttime routine.
Awesome. I love that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I do a lot of I love Ayurveda, and a lot of it is all in routines of morning, afternoon, night.
Right. Yep.
I love it. Cool. So this is our agreement for you. We're not the only one. We're just going to ask you to do everything, and we're not going to do anything and sit back and twiddle our thumbs. So we agree to you that we're going to be on time for all of our calls, and if we're not, we'll communicate an appropriate time frame. That doesn't happen very often, but when we do, we'll make sure that we post it into the group, which you guys are going to have access to after this call.
Yeah.
And when we stay on time, when it's 12 o'clock we go.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you guys can be here 5 minutes early, that would be super awesome, because it's just going to make things flow. Then you don't miss anything. One of the things we do at the very beginning of all of our calls is wins, and we want to hear and celebrate you, and we don't want to miss your win or you to miss other people's wins, because it's really, even if you haven't started moving yet, it's important to see what other people are going through and the wins that they're having. So super, super important. So we will support you through this whole program no matter what. That means we're not going to just bail on you because you're having some hard times or maybe emotional stuff or whatever. And or you're just not. If you're playing out, we're playing full out. It's like tennis, right? If we hit you that ball, you hit it back, we're just going to keep on hitting that ball. And we can be a stand for you to get this, to get this program and just to play all out. And if you're putting the energy in, we're 100% there. And then if not, we're stand for you to get back in the game.
Yeah.
Right.
So which is our next one. We're going to meet you where you are and love you no matter what you're going through. We're a place of no judgment, no stories. Like, we're a stand for you and love you guys, like, no matter what it is that you're going through. You know, Ty and Diana, let's say you guys are just having a bad day together. I know what it's like to work together and to live together and to have a, you know, relationship and a life partnership together. It's some days you just have days, and that's okay, right? And so we love you guys no matter what you're going through. We're always the safe place and that stand for you guys.
Awesome.
I'm gonna go over the other one.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so we will promote. Okay, so this is the thing. If we run into somebody that needs what you do, we'll tag you in a post. If it's somebody reaches out to us in a chat, we can put you in a 3-way chat. You know, we're down for promoting. Jeff has a podcast and he interviews the clients. So if you guys are down for being on his podcast, it could be totally cool. If he's still down for that, I didn't want to speak for you, but it's one of the ways that we promote you as a team. So,
yep. We had Aylin. Aylin works with people to get their events together because a lot of times we're so busy being out there with clients and stuff. We want to have these events. Who has time to call up hotels and set this together and get this together? So she's an event planner for coaches. So that's what she does. So anytime we hear, hey, we want to get retreats or events or stuff together, hey, we have Aylin. So anytime that comes up for you and we have the chance to be able to promote you, we're all on it. Okay, we're for you. We want you guys to be successful.
Yeah.
Next, we're gonna hold you accountable. Like, just because we love you and we're a stand for you, like, that means we have to hold you accountable, right? So that's not always lovey-dovey. Sometimes you have to love someone a little bit rougher if you need it. Right. So what that looks like is Jeff is amazing. I don't know if he can talk or not. It looks like he's kind of in some pain. So we appreciate it. I just want to honor you, Jeff, for being here. Thank you. I know that you've been going through a lot here the last couple of days. So Jeff is really, really good at holding people accountable. We have a system that we use. And so we're going to ask you guys what you're going to do on Monday. He's going to put a post in there like, all right, guys, how you doing? How's things going? Kind of midweek check-in, and then Friday hold you to what you said you were going to do, right? So we'll definitely hold you guys accountable.
Yep. Awesome. So if we do any mini courses or workshops or anything, if it's under $497, you guys will have access to that for free.
Yeah. We don't do a ton of them, but when they do come up and we decide to, you guys will just have access to that.
Yep.
And lastly, we are a total stand for you and for your results. So if there's, again, anytime if you're red, please let us know. If you're yellow, let us know. Even if you're green, we want to hear that too, right? So just be in communication, and no matter what that looks like, we're a stand for you guys. Cool? So that's our agreements to you.
Awesome. So if you guys could, we sent over the agreements for you guys to sign through DocuSign. Did everybody receive those?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I did.
Cool. If you guys could virtually sign those and send those back, and then we'll get you guys access to the group. We'll get you access to the membership site, so then you can get in and start going through the training. Our call schedule, just so you guys know, 3 p.m. Eastern is the normal, or is the weekly call, right? Bring, like, anywhere that you're stopped, all your wins, all your lessons to that call.
Any questions that you have that's coming up
questions?
For you, bring those to Wednesday call.
Yep. Now, what we also have is what's called the sprint or productivity call, which is Monday. It's at 11 a.m. Eastern as of right now. 11 a.m. Eastern, and what it is say you're working on reaching out to new people, or your perfect person, or whatever that looks like.
Optimizing your group.
Optimizing your group.
So what you want to do for this call is, like, you're going to set an intention of, okay, this is what I'm working on, and I'm going to, like, really set all of my focus on this project. Right? And there's something really powerful. So we invite everyone to these calls on Monday. We set the intention, like, Zach, what are you working on? Ty, what are you working on? Diana, what are you working on? We'll tell you what we're working on. And then we set the timer for 50 minutes. And we all go, let's keep it real. It's like the get shit done call, right? So we all go out there and we get shit done. and we're taking action. And then when that 15 minutes is up, we'll come back. Hey, what'd you get done? Right? It's really powerful when you have a lot of people. It's like that co-working. It's almost like an accountability to keep you focused. Like, oh, well, I have to account for what I just said I was going to do. I actually have to go and do this with no distractions.
Yeah, and even if that time for some reason doesn't work for you down the road, I highly recommend to make like 1 or 2 to get the framework of how to get into that mindset and that sprint and that productivity, because it's going to help you really focus energy, focus work, and just get one thing, one project, one thing done. Like, this is what we're doing. And it's really, really, really helpful just for that mindset.
Yeah, especially all you guys want to be working 20 hours a week or so. You want to have your freedom and live your life. This is how you do that, is you get very focused times and just hold yourself account. Like, this is what we're doing. This is what I'm getting done. And just really sit down and get it done.
Yeah, speaking of that, that's actually something else we do is Jeff will do productivity calls with you in the sense of time management and help you set up your life, right, in a way that is going to work for you and so you can get the most things done. I haven't talked to him about this, but I think we're going to start verging that into maybe a group situation. But as of right now, if you can reach out to him, he can schedule a time and get you guys.
Super, it's not structured where it's like, I got to do the, like, Zach, it occurs to me because I think me and you have a lot of comment. Like, I'm a very flowy, work when I want to, kind of like be in the flow of things. So what that looks like is to really just set, I've learned that some structure is a good thing, but it'll also allow for flow. So Jeff is really good at being able to incorporate both of that because that's kind of him too.
And that's one-on-one. It's an hour and a half with me. We literally deep dive completely into your schedule. So it's a one-on-one with me. Everyone that's gone through it has said amazing things about it. So it just opens up ideas around that to set boundaries.
Yeah. And Jeff, while you're here, everybody, this is Jeff. And Jeff's going through some surgery, so I just want to honor you that you're even here. I think you're incredible. So Jeff is our accountability and our clarity coach. So again, he's there to help you with your time management. He's there whenever you feel stuck in the training. You'll reach out into the group, and he'll kind of help. We're in the group as well.
Yeah.
But between the three of us, we make a really good team to get you back on track with things. So this is kind of how the program works. You have your Monday productivity calls. You'll have your Wednesday coaching calls at 3. And then in between, Jeff is going to post a post on Mondays about what it is that you're going to be working on and what you want to get done this week. Right? So post on that comment thread of what it is that you want to get done. And then on Wednesdays, he'll make another post of, hey, Zach, you said you're going to do these things. How's it going? Right? And kind of do a check-in with you guys. And then on Friday, he's like, okay, what are the wins? What'd you get done for the week?
Yeah.
I actually for you to talk, but
we did a worksheet that we just released 2 weeks ago. I want those on Mondays starting out because the worksheet is really going to keep you organized much better than just the post. So we are still going to do the post, but I want you guys to turn in the worksheets because they're much more effective, we found.
Cool. Well, if you want to direct them, are they in the file section or get those to them? That would be awesome.
File section, I will send it out again today. When everyone gets in, I will make sure that they see those. Because it really does organize it so much better than what's happening.
Cool. I appreciate you. Thank you for getting that together. Let's see, what else?
Oh, what time on Fridays?
Fridays is just going to be a post. So just when it's your time, just make sure that you get in there.
Yep.
So we like to play a little game through this program, give you guys a little of incentive. So what we like to do is if you guys are fully engaged in this course, you're fully engaged in the program in 60 days, you're out there, you're really engaged, right?
Doing the stuff.
Doing all the things. What we like to do is we're going to send you guys these shirts at the end of the program. after completion, after you guys are really like cool. So it says I can, I will, and then quantum impact on the shirts. We also have little games in between, you know, who books the most calls, who's, you know, sometimes we'll do a revenue, little contest thing, and have little prizes and games and stuff in there too, because, you know, we want this to be fun, right? This isn't work. This is your game that you're playing in your life. This is your mission, your vision. Like, this is not boring work, blah, program. Like, we want this to be a game for you. Set it up as a game so it's fun, and you guys will be really successful. So that's another part of freedom, is having fun and being free, right? So do you guys have any questions at all about how things go?
Yeah, I know we are running
else?
over the hour, so just
so we're going to wrap it up. But if you
that.
guys have any questions, I want to make sure that we address them.
Just to clarify, Monday at 11 as the intention day, Wednesday at 3 p.m. coaching calls, and Friday we're just going to do a post on the group.
No, so Monday at 11 is our productivity call. So there's two things that's going to happen on Monday. There's going to be a post in the group that Jeff is going to tag you in, and then you basically go in and say, I'm doing this, this, and this, and the format there. And then there's at 11 a.m. there's the productivity call, which you jump on a Zoom, same
all
Zoom
of the
link.
things that you said you're going to do.
We start getting shit out. You can start getting those done.
Very cool.
Cool.
And then Wednesday's just the weekly coaching meet. Yeah. Cool. Awesome.
3 p.m.
Yep. So 2 calls, and then you can book with Jeff on for time productivity. I think what Jeff, just to communicate, I think later on, if you think it's possible to be able to do that just for scalability, is to be able to do that in a group with everybody after every time we do a new onboarding.
And if not, that's okay too.
We'll figure it out.
I think that's a conversation we all have.
It's difficult because we really are going deep dive into your schedule. So
Okay. Got it.
I don't know how to do that.
Cool. We'll figure it out.
Yep.
I'll work with you. Always good at that.
Appreciate you.
Any other questions, concerns, what abouts, what ifs, anything in your, everyone's clear?
No questions from me. I actually have a client call right now, so I'm going to jump and go do that.
Awesome.
And thank you very much for having me, and I'll see you. Do we do the Wednesday call today too?
If you want to, we'll
if
leave
you
it
want
open.
to, the group, it's in the group, and you guys can jump on if you want. You won't have much to work on, but yeah, totally come.
Yep, you're totally welcome.
Cool. All right. Thank you very much. We'll talk to you guys later.
See ya.
See ya.
All right, so we will get you guys into the group and then send you the membership site so you can get on it. And yeah, you guys are totally welcome to come today at 3. It's totally up to you. Or you can just dive into the training, and whatever one you want, we'll leave that open for you.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
All right, appreciate you guys. Let's go make stuff happen.
Cool.
Yes.
Talk to you soon.